Hello, it's Monday, February 25th, and you're watching Our Pagan Opinions. So today's topic is a very awesome topic, I think. It's been one I've been waiting to do for a while. It is curses and hexes. And the question is, what are your thoughts on hexes and curses? Would you or have you ever performed one? And I really like this because it's a controversial topic in the magical community, Wiccans and pagans. You know, do you curse people? Do you hex people? Is this something you should do? Should you not do? And it's a really cool topic. So, to start off, what is a hex and what is a curse and all these things? So I did a little research, and what I got was this. Okay, a hex is the practice of casting an evil spell over someone or something or someone, while a curse is the practice of wishing bad luck and bad things to happen to someone or something. Both a hex and a curse involve rituals and spells, while hexes are only done by those who practice witchcraft. Curses are done by most people, not just by witches. Both hexes and curses are performed by people, but the power that causes it can take effect are attributed to supernatural beings, while hexes being entirely evil, while curses are also done by churches, which indicate that they may also be inflicted by a holy being. For example, curses are often only, with the cult curses and the churches doing it. An example of this is the Catholic Church uses a curse of the anathema, which denounces members of a church for being excommunicated. So when the Pope wants to excommunicate someone from the church, it's this like curse that they recite or something to somebody, and they're excommunicated from the church. And this is done in the Catholic Church, and it also can be done in the Eastern Orthodox Church as well, because during the Great Schism between the East and the West, both the Pope in Rome and the Patriarch in Constantinople both excommunicated each other from whatever, you know. So it was a big whoop-de-doo back then. So curses are not entirely just by witches; it can be done by anyone. And even, like, you know, when you look in the Bible, God curses. You know, God can do curses. For example, in the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, God curses the serpent to crawl on its belly for all eternity, and that kind of thing. So God can make curses. Curses can be done by a holy being. Now, curses have a long history. They are very ancient. In ancient practices, curses were one of the most major important things people wanted to be performed. Magical practices in the ancient world focused on very small, very like 3 or 4 things. It was healing for your health, healing, inspiring love, and cursing people, and then protection from curses or the removal of curses. Those were the main focus of magical practices back in the ancient world. They wanted love, they wanted to heal themselves, they wanted to curse somebody else, and they wanted to protect themselves from curses. That's basically what people wanted. So curses have a very deep history to them. There are many ways to curse people, to hex someone. There are many practices and different methods and different ways. And if you look in the ancient texts, there are ancient ways of doing something. The ancient Egyptians would you could curse somebody by writing their name on a clay tablet, then smashing the tablet, because the name of somebody holds their essence. In the ancient Egyptian philosophy or belief system, their spirituality, their religion, your name is a spiritual component to your makeup, and it holds a part of you. It's, your name is reflects yourself, and it's part of you. So if you write someone's name down on a clay tablet or something, and you smash it with the intent, the will to harm them, that will in fact harm the person. This is a form of sympathetic magic, like the voodoo doll, for example. The voodoo doll represents somebody. You poke it with a pin, that person will feel that pain. It's sympathetic magic. So the thing represents that person, and then they feel it. So it is very interesting, the whole topic of curses. Now, the thing, though, that we come up now with regards to Wiccans. I'm going to talk about Wiccans. Wiccans follow the what's it called again? I wrote it down. The Wiccan Rede, harm none, basically, and the threefold law that what you do to others comes back to you 3 times. So people who are very big on the Wiccan Rede and the law and everything, they are against curses and hexes because they don't want to put out negativity or harm other people, because in turn they themselves would be harmed times 3. So why would you want to do that? Why would you want to harm somebody a little bit just to be harmed even more in return? And there's a great book out there by Dorothy Morrison. It's called Utterly Wicked: Curses, Hexes, and Other Unsavory Notions, which is a great book if you want to learn about this subject. And I take her position on this, on the whole idea of doing curses to somebody else. And she, basically says that you only do a curse or a hex to somebody when it's purely in self-defense. So if somebody is aware, consciously, and actively trying to harm you, trying to ruin your reputation, trying to do harm to you, to your family, to your livelihood, to anything about you, somebody's wanting to hurt you in some kind of way, mentally, physically, emotionally, some way, is your right or ability to protect yourself magically, if you want to, after other resources have been attempted. So you don't go to curses right away. It's kind of like the last resort. You want to protect yourself. Do spells to protection. Try to do a spell to direct their energy somewhere else, or try to turn the energy to a different way. But if things aren't if that's not working, then you have the right to go back and protect yourself and harm that other person, or just to shift the focus back onto them, and so whatever they're trying to do to you goes back to them and harms them. And I can see this position because the idea that harm none, well, you as a person, me as a person, we're part of that harm none. So harm should not be done to me, harm should not be done to you. But if harm is being done to me, then I have the right to protect myself. It's self-defense, and I think that is a valid notion. So have I done curses or hexes or anything like that? I will say yes. I'm the type of person that automatically goes into self-defense mode. Like, if I feel threatened in kind of way, or if I feel like I'm being singled out, or being picked on by somebody, I will automatically try to go like, well, how can I get back to this person? How can I hex them? How can I curse them? What can I do to get back at them? And I know that is not the first response I should have. I should have more of a okay, let's see if I can protect myself, and let's see if I can have them kind of ignore me. And usually, yes, the first thing I will do, and this isn't a curse or a hex or anything, the first thing I will do if I notice somebody is kind of on my shit, or up my ass about something, or is constantly bothering me, I will do something that I also learned from Dorothy Morrison in her Everyday Magic book. It is it's kind of like to have that, it's a thing you do to have somebody kind of like forget about you or ignore you, or just like not pay attention to you, basically, to leave you alone. You write their name down on a piece of paper with like a black marker. You write their name down, and then you X out the name, and you put that piece of paper in a Ziploc bag filled with water, and you put it in your freezer and let it freeze. So basically, that name, you're freezing them. You're freezing that person from kind of bothering you. So it's kind of putting a barrier between you and that person. And I've done that on multiple occasions when I find that somebody is kind of like paying too much attention to me and is bothering me and is being like, I need them to leave me alone, like just stay away. I will write their name down and put it in the bag and freeze them, and I kind of say I'm putting them on ice, and it does work. I've seen it work, and so that's something that I would the first thing I do is do that. And then there are times, I remember when I was really young, I think this was in elementary school, I banished someone, and I guess that's not really kind of a curse or a hex. You're not doing harm to somebody, you're just having them removed. And somebody, I remember in one of the classes I had, he kept bothering me every class, kind of like bothering me, picking on me, making jokes, whatever. And then I wrote a banishing spell, and I banished him. And eventually that kid, like soon after, I don't remember when, but he moved away. So I don't know if that's the banishing spell, but like whatever, he's gone. So those are things that I try to do. You can have the person blocked, ignored, then you can banish them. But then lastly, you would do curses. And I think I've only done one curse to one person, and I think they really deserved it because they were harming not just me but everyone around in my family. So I kind of like cursed the person. But again, it was mostly like a banishing spell, but it was serious. Like I wanted to like really like whatever you're doing comes back to you. And and people going back to the whole like, oh, don't harm unto others, let karma take care of it. Well, if somebody's actions, if karma is already going to take care of it, what we're doing as magical practices, you're manipulating nature or manipulating the forces around you, and karma is a force that can be manipulated, I think. And what you're doing is just taking the karma that's already there, that's going to come back to that person, and you're just telling it to do it now. You're telling karma, hey, this person's doing this, and they're going to deserve this, but karma might be like, maybe later it'll come around. You're telling karma, speed everything up. And do it now, kind of. And also maybe magnifying it. So whatever karma has in store or planned for that person, you are just manipulating that and making it come quicker and come stronger. So it's not really that you're creating something that wasn't originally there. So you're not creating a curse on someone. You're not cursing somebody who didn't deserve it. So really, the curse should be done on somebody, and it should be deserved. So therefore, it's kind of not going to come back to you because it was already going to go to them. You're just making it happen sooner than later. So that's my kind of reasoning. And also, if you're doing this to protect yourself, then it's self-defense, and then karma won't bite you in the ass later down the line. So in the end, don't curse people just because that woman at the store took the last pair of shoes that you wanted. Don't go around and curse the woman. Just because somebody gave you like a look or something, don't curse them. Really do it if somebody is trying to harm you, trying to ruin your reputation, trying to wish ill upon you. If somebody is really trying to do something bad to you, then you have the right to defend yourself and get back at them. Or not even get back at them, but just have the debt settled magically, and that kind of thing. So that's my opinion. What are your opinions? And please post them. And I hope this week we have a great discussion on the topic, because this is a great topic and it deserves a lot of attention to it. So everyone, take care and have a great week.